88% of peak shoppers have been inspired to buy gifts on Meta. That's almost double TikTok and YouTube. Hi, I'm Pete. Welcome to our webinar. AI has fundamentally changed the game for this peak season. So we built today around giving you the strategy and the tools to win it. Here's what we've got lined up for you today. I'm going to kick things off with the macro picture, how AI is rewriting the rules of peak, why social is more important than ever, and a clear framework for winning hearts through storytelling and boosting carts through smarter performance. Then we'll get practical on automation and AI-powered creative. A playbook for using Meta's AI infrastructure to work smarter, not harder, when it matters most. After that, we'll take you through creators in peak season, how to build partnerships that drive real commercial results and turn authentic content into high-performing ads at scale. And we'll close with a very practical session. Two experts who work with top brands every day, sharing quick-fire, no-fluff tips you can put to work immediately. So by the end of today, you'll walk away with a clear strategy, the tools to execute it, and practical shortcuts to make it all work. By the way, as we go through each session, drop your questions in and we'll get to as many as we can. Now I'm going to take you through how you can win peak in 2026. This will be the first AI peak season. I know everyone's talking about AI, but the data shows that it really isn't hype. The shift is big enough that it demands a different approach for peak 2026, and that's what I'll be going through today. Let's put some numbers on it first. During peak 2025, AI influence sales grew 7x compared to non-AI influence sales, according to Salesforce. To be clear, AI influence means all the sales influenced by AI, so it includes assistants, overviews, and ad models. AI influence sales grew at 21% year on year, whilst other sales grew at just 3%. It's clear that if you're not making AI work for you, you're at a massive disadvantage versus competitors who are. Focusing on AI assistants specifically, we saw a 6x increase in the number of people using AI assistants for purchase inspiration in peak 2025 versus 2024. For some categories, over half of people are now using AI assistants to guide their purchases. To better understand this, we asked AI assistant users where they find inspiration now and found something really interesting. Firstly, they're less likely to rely on search or online retailers for inspiration, as AI does a similar job. Secondly, they're actually more likely to turn to social as the most important source of inspiration. So people who use AI assistants, which is a rapidly growing group, are more likely to use social for inspiration. This highlights the difference in the roles these channels play. AI assistants are for when you know you want something, hence its impact on search. Whereas social is a constant inspiration engine that brings ideas to people. So AI use doesn't replace social for inspiration, it actually amplifies it. And that inspiration on social is mostly found on Meta. In fact, 88% of peak shoppers who are inspired by social have been inspired to buy gifts on Meta. That's almost double TikTok and YouTube. That's scale you can't get anywhere else. So how do you make sure your brand owns that inspiration? There are two parts to an optimal peak strategy: winning hearts and boosting carts. Boosting carts is all about making your brand easier to buy, whilst winning hearts is about creating brand memories that drive purchase. A recent study showed that 84% of purchase behavior is predetermined by brand biases, so it's significantly cheaper to convert when someone is already familiar with your brand. So how do you do this? The best place to start is with the biggest video format today, which is short form. The growth of short form has been absolutely shocking. It's been described as the biggest migration of attention in history. Bear in mind, short form barely existed 5 years ago, yet today, people spend more time with short form than they do with streaming or broadcast TV. That is an enormous shift. Understandably, most marketeers have struggled to keep up. Whilst 40% of video time is spent with short form, just 16% of brand budgets go there. That's a 2.5x opportunity to outpace your competition and be where your customers are. So create your peak campaign short form first, and on Meta, that means Reels. Reels is transforming the platform's ability to be a brand builder. Kantar recently analysed over 1,000 campaigns and found that Meta now has the highest cost effectiveness of any channel at building brand motivation. That means increasing brand consideration, intent, and favourability. So in 2026, start with short form, as it's now the most cost effective and most used video format. And this is a real opportunity for competitive advantage. Many of your competitors will be stuck trying to make long form work like they did in the past, but the world has moved on. On Meta, that means mastering Reels. Reels work best with creators. Partnership ads are ads in partnership with creators. They're critical for getting the best results on Meta. We found that for the best results, 30% of assets in your campaigns should be partnership ads. Campaigns with 30% or more assets as partnership ads see on average 45% lower cost per incremental conversion. That's a massive drop. Why do partnership ads help so much? It's because they mean you reach more new people. On average, when we compare campaigns with partnership ads versus the same campaign with the same spend, same optimization, same targeting, the campaign with partnership ads reach on average 66% more new people. 66% more with no extra budget. This peak, 30% of your assets should be partnership ads. And for the first time in peak 2026, we're offering Reels trending ads. Think of it as putting your brand in the middle of what's trending during the moments that matter most. Your ads can feature next to the top 5% of creator-made Reels with specific packages for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas, amongst others. This allows your brand to appear alongside the biggest peak trends like gift buying, unboxing, and holiday hauls. And this works. Initial tests have shown Reels trending ads drive 20% higher brand awareness versus BAU. So we've talked about winning carts. The next step is boosting carts, making buying effortless to drive more sales more cost efficiently. To do this, the most important thing to understand is that your first audience is AI. Every ad you put on the platform is assessed by our AI models, which predict how well it will perform with different users. You need to impress the AI so it predicts your ad will get the best results. To do this, you don't need to understand every model. You just need to understand one very simple principle. Fuel the AI with high quality signals and creative diversity so it can find the right ad for the right person. So how do you do that? Creative diversity can be seen in two parts. The first is message diversity. This means varying your creative across different mindsets and motivations, not just tweaking the same concept. Different people have different motivations and mindsets. For inspiration, we spoke to peak shoppers to find the top 5 motivations, which we found are quality, price, personalization, reviews, and uniqueness. You can then think about the mindset shoppers are in. Some will be seeking ideas, others will be in a rush, some will want a deal. This can give you a messaging matrix covering the biggest motivations and mindsets. Start from the top left, where they're most common, and then go from there. Messaging diversity is critical, but so is format diversity. The majority of time spent on Meta is now video. You need video as part of your catalog campaign if you're going to get the best results. We now offer catalog product video that helps make this easier to do. It really matters to get this set up, tested, and optimized well before peak. Campaigns with catalog product video saw 33% higher incremental conversion versus those without. But just as critical as creative diversity is getting your signals right and set up. Here, the most important step is making sure you share what your business values and optimize to that as directly as possible. A good example is value optimization, which allows you to optimize to the conversion value rather than simply the volume. So if you care more about ROAS than CPA, this could significantly help you reach your goals. We see on average 37% higher incremental ROAS when using value optimization versus standard conversion campaigns. The point is, tell AI what matters to your business and make sure you're optimizing for exactly that. Now, the vast majority of sales over peak still happen in store. In the past, it wasn't possible to optimize to in-store sales using AI, but it is now. We call this omnichannel optimization, and it helps improve in-store sales impact considerably. When advertisers use omnichannel optimization, they see on average a reduction in cost per incremental offline conversion by almost a third. If you're a retailer, this is one you need to get set up now and tested in preparation for peak. The final big opportunity to boost carts is WhatsApp. Gift buying is full of doubt. What should I buy this person? Is it right for them? Will it fit? You're often buying brands that you've never bought before. We see this in the data. Over half of people say they use business messaging more during peak. You've got to make sure that your brand is there to answer the questions and doubts that potential buyers have. The simplest way to do this is click to WhatsApp ads. These take the user directly into a messaging thread on WhatsApp, where you can help answer those last-minute purchase questions and drive conversions. Answering those doubts helps massively, with advertisers who use click to WhatsApp ads seeing on average a 74% increase in conversions. So in summary, to win the first AI peak, you need to firstly win hearts. That's by putting short form first, making sure 30% of your assets are partnership ads, and showing up in the biggest trending moments. Next, it's boosting carts. It's essential you make your brand easier to buy. There's 3 steps to do this. Firstly, remember AI is always your first audience. Impress it with creative diversity so it can match the right ad to the right person. Second, point AI directly at your business goals. So that could mean using buyer optimization to drive higher ROAS or omnichannel optimization to drive in-store sales. And lastly, you need to be there when people have questions, and you can do that with click to WhatsApp ads, so you can give the answers that convert. We hope this approach to peak is useful, and we can't wait to partner with you to make peak 2026 the best peak season ever for your business. Thanks for listening.
When the speed of optimization matters most, letting AI make real-time decisions is your competitive edge. Welcome to the second session of our peak season webinar series. In session 1, we explored why 2026 is the AI-first peak season. AI-influenced sales grew 7x faster during Cyber Week 2025. And we showed how peak success lies at the intersection of winning hearts and boosting carts. Today, we focus on how to maximize performance with AI. We will cover Meta Advantage Plus, which is our full automation suite, and AI-powered creative solutions that help you drive efficiency at scale during peak. This session is about turning the trust and attention you've built into effortless purchasing, using AI to remove friction, personalize at scale, and make every media dollar work harder during the most competitive period of the year. Now, what you see here is a fundamental shift happening in digital advertising. And here is why it matters for your peak planning. We are moving from manual campaign management, like selecting placements by hand, daily budget tweaks, one-size-fits-all creative, manually choosing audience segments, to a world where AI handles all of this in real time, at a speed and scale that no human team can match. AI determines placements to maximize performance. Optimizations happen automatically over time. Generative AI develops creative variations for multiple audiences. And AI expands reach to people most likely to purchase, including shoppers you might never have targeted manually. That brings us to Meta Advantage Plus, which is our full suite of AI-powered automation. Think of it as your always-on optimization engine for peak. It covers 5 dimensions: audience automation to find the right shoppers, placement automation to reach them wherever they are across our platforms, budget automation to allocate spend to the highest performing opportunities, creative automation to match the right message to the right person, and destination automation to send people where they are most likely to convert. The brands that activate this full stack will see compounding efficiencies during peak. Each layer of automation builds on the others. And during peak, when the speed of optimization matters most, letting AI make real-time decisions is your competitive edge. Now, I'm going to focus on creative and format automation and give some examples of Advantage Plus Creative and Advantage Plus Catalog Ads best practices. Because creative and formats are the number one lever you can directly control to improve peak performance. In today's world of non-linear, individual micro moments, consumers expect every interaction to feel relevant. They are curating their own feeds, they're discovering products through reels, getting inspired by creators, and making purchase decisions across multiple touchpoints. For your brand during peak, a single hero campaign with one message won't cut it. Different customers discover you in different ways, at different moments, through different formats. Some find you through a reel, others through a carousel ad, and others through a creator recommendation. The opportunity for you is meeting each person in the way they want to be addressed. That's where AI-powered creative personalization becomes essential. It's not about creating one great ad. It is about creating a system of creative that AI can deploy intelligently across billions of individual moments. This is the practical proof. Diverse ad sets enable our AI ecosystem to match the right ad to the right person at the right time. Ad sets that include a range of formats, video and image, and concepts like different messages, hooks, and visual styles give our AI models more options to personalize delivery. The more options, the better the match. The better the match, the better the performance. If you give the AI only one creative, it can only show that one creative to everyone. But if you give it 10 variations, different formats, hooks, messages, it can find the perfect match for each individual shopper. For peak specifically, invest in your creative diversity now. Don't wait until peak to produce assets. Build your portfolio of images, videos, vertical reels content, and carousel ads in advance. The AI will do the rest, but it needs that diverse fuel to work with. Let's talk about video specifically, because this is where the data is most compelling for peak. 4.5 billion reels are shared every day across Instagram and Facebook. 79% people surveyed said that they bought a product after watching a reel. And over 60% of the time spent on our platforms is on video. From session 1, you'll remember that the short-form video inspiration gap is the biggest untapped opportunity for peak 2026. 40% of the attention, but only 16% of brand budgets. The brands that close this gap will reach shoppers at their most receptive. Video brings your products to life in ways that static images can't. Styling, unboxing, demos, reviews, these are the formats that drive both discovery and purchase. And in Reels specifically, the native format drives action because shoppers trust it. Let me now show you how to do this at catalog scale, because you don't need to produce hero video for every SKU. Catalog product video is one of the most impactful tools for your peak campaigns. It helps drive engagement, boost conversions, and deliver a richer shopping experience by integrating video into your product catalog at scale. Ad sets using catalog product video saw 20% more conversions per dollar. And when delivered in Reels specifically, campaigns saw 33% higher incremental conversions. For brands with large catalogs, this is transformative. Catalog product video uses your existing assets, product images, lifestyle shots, short clips, and transforms them into dynamic video creative that the AI system optimizes per shopper. And if you are wondering how to produce videos at scale, we have just the right tool for you, the product video generation tool. Currently, in open beta, this self-serve tool lets you create product videos at scale using your existing product images and video assets. No agency required, no expensive production. It works in 3 configurable segments: an optional intro hook to grab attention, the main product visuals segment showcasing items from your catalog, and an optional closing call to action with your logo and promotional message. The critical number: it can actually generate videos for up to 10,000 SKUs. That means even with a massive catalog, you can produce video creative at scale before peak. So start using this tool now. Begin with your top performing products, build your video library, and expand as peak approaches. Another powerful format we've been working on lately is Product Showcase. This format brings together your brand and your products in one powerful ad. Our AI-enabled system takes your hero media and product data, then automatically renders the most engaging ad format for each shopper. What makes this exceptional for peak is that the AI adapts based on where the shopper is in their purchase journey. If they have high intent, they've been browsing your category, they are in the market, they see your brand story and personalized product recommendations together. Maximum conversion potential. But if they have lower intent, they just see the brand media to build awareness. You're not wasting product-focused impressions on people who aren't ready to buy, and you're not missing conversion opportunities with the people who are. The AI makes this decision in real time, at scale, for every impression. And this solves the brand versus performance debate. One format, both objectives, AI optimized per shopper. The only requirement is a strong hero creative combined with rich, well-structured product catalog. Now that you've seen the tools, let me talk about the creative production mindset that makes them work best. Stop thinking in singles. Start building in systems. This is a critical shift for creative teams that are preparing for peak. Building for diversity and volume requires a shift from producing one perfect hero piece to designing creative systems, modular content that can be remixed, reformatted, and varied at scale. Think about how you can shoot once and create many. A single product shoot can yield vertical video for reels, square images for feed, carousel sequences, lifestyle stills, detailed close-ups, all from one session. The goal isn't 100 completely unique ads. It's a system of modular components, hooks, product visuals, messages, call to action that can be combined in different ways. This feeds the AI models we discussed earlier and drives stronger peak performance. Here is a practical example. Remix your video content to create different hooks or add new messages. Develop distinct motivators like price, quality, convenience, social proof, and build creative against each one, with or without creators. For peak, think about your key moments: Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas gifting, January sales. Each moment has a different motivator. A limited time hook works for Black Friday. A perfect gift hook works for Christmas. Same product, different framing. And the AI determines which resonates with which shopper. This is how you scale creative diversity without scaling budget proportionally. Remix, reformat, rehook, and let the AI optimize in real time. With that, let me close with some clear actions for your peak preparation. Now, action immediately. Go ahead and audit, streamline, and improve your product data integration and quality. If your catalog has gaps, like missing images, no video, incomplete descriptions, fix it now. Use the product-powered formats that are available today, like Advantage Plus catalog ads, Product Showcase, and Catalog Product Video. Next, prepare for what's coming. Migrate to a single catalog per campaign. Enable product data for all campaigns and ads. Adopt flexible formats so AI can determine the best layout per shopper. The brands investing in creative infrastructure and product data now will compound their advantage as AI capabilities grow. Your peak 2026 campaigns are the foundation for 2027 and beyond. In our next and final session, we will cover creator marketing for peak, how to use authentic creator content combined with the AI tools we discussed today to drive results at the intersection of hearts and carts. So start briefing your creators now. You will need 4 to 6 weeks lead time. Thank you.
71% of consumers make a purchase within a couple of days after seeing creator content across Meta Technologies. Hi, I'm Natalia Costa, Product Marketing Manager here at Meta, and I'm here today to give you some tips on how to optimize the performance of your peak season campaigns by combining the power of partnership ads with Advantage Plus catalog ads. In session 1, we showed you why 2026 is the AI-first peak season and how to win hearts with Reels and engaging content. In session 2, we covered boosting carts with AI automation, creative diversification, and product data. Today, we're bringing both pillars together through the most authentic, high-performance content channel available to your brands, creators. And here's why it matters for your peak season planning as an e-commerce and retail leader. 71% of consumers make a purchase within a couple of days after seeing creator content across Meta Technologies. Not weeks, not months, days. This isn't brand awareness with a long attribution window. This is direct commercial impact. Creator content is authentic, entertaining, and shareable. And when brands establish deep partnerships with creators, they benefit from their expertise in communicating with their audiences, their creative thinking, and their cultural fluency. For peak season specifically, think about what your customers are already doing. They're scrolling through Reels and Stories, looking for gift inspiration, discovering new products. Creator content meets them in that moment with a trusted recommendation, far more persuasive than a traditional brand ad alone. And remember from session 2, our AI models reward creative diversity. Adding creator content to your mix is one of the most effective ways to diversify. Different voice, different style, different format. That diversity drives the 9.1% CPA improvement we showed you before. So how do you scale creator content as a performance channel? Partnership ads. Partnership ads are the most performant and transparent way to run ads with creators on Meta, because it combines signals from both your brand and from the creator. And for clients' leadership evaluating ROI, the data is clear. Adding partnership ads to your business as usual creative delivers a 19% reduction in CPAs. Let me repeat that. 19% lower cost per acquisition by adding creator content alongside your existing ads. During peak, when CPAs typically spike due to competition, that efficiency edge is critical. Here's what makes partnership ads work for performance-focused advertisers. The ad can appear under the creator's handle, maintaining the authenticity and trust that makes creator content effective. But behind the scenes, you get full access to Meta's ad system, Advantage Plus targeting, real-time optimization, and the full measurement and attribution capabilities. It's transparent to consumer, is scalable for your business, and measurable for our marketing science teams. This was tested across approximately 2,400 advertisers in June 2025, across all placements. It's not a small-scale pilot. It's proven at scale. For your peak investment case, if you're currently running only brand-produced creative during peak, you're leaving 19% efficiency on the table. Adding creator content via partnership ads is one of the fastest levers you can pull. Now, here's where it gets really powerful for e-commerce and retail brands. Combining creator content with your product catalog through Advantage Plus catalog ads. In session 2, we showed you how Advantage Plus catalog ads delivers personalized product recommendations at scale. Now, imagine adding creator authenticity into that same automated system. Partnership ads within Advantage Plus catalog ads gives you 3 things simultaneously. First, optimize performance. You promote your entire catalog or specific product catalog sets to interested shoppers at scale with machine learning. The AI then determines which products to show, to whom, and when. Second, creator authenticity. You leverage the influence and trust of creator content to engage audiences. People trust creators more than brand advertiser alone, especially during peak season when they're already overwhelmed with promotional messages. Third, product discovery and personalization at scale. Dynamic ad personalization delivers the most relevant products for each customer, while the creator voice makes them feel like a personal recommendation rather than an algorithm. For your peak strategy, this means brief your creators on your hero products and seasonal messaging right now. Their content will feed into an AI-powered system that personalizes delivery across your entire catalog. It's the intersection of winning hearts and boosting cards working together in a single campaign. Want a real-life example? Steve Madden, a fashion retailer, tested their creator-led partnership ads with Dynamic Advantage Plus catalog ads to automatically serve personalized, shoppable products based on what people are interested in. The team ran an A/B test that revealed that this new pairing drove 5.3 times more purchases and 4.4 times higher revenue compared to running partnership ads alone. It's the perfect match because one format helped to amplify the potential of the other. Let me show you the practical formats available for combining creator content with your product catalog. You have 3 powerful options, each designed for different moments in the shopping journey. First, collection format. Your partnership ad creative, the creator's video or image, serves as the hero. Below it, products from your Advantage Plus catalog ads appear as a browsable collection. Shoppers can tap through to explore and purchase. This is ideal for hero launches and gifting campaigns during peak. Second, carousel with partner intro card. The creator's content appear as the first card, setting the emotional context. Then, your catalog products follow in a swipeable carousel. This format is excellent for Shop My Favorites or peak style creator content. Third, partnership ads with show products. The creator's content is enriched with a shoppable product overlay directly from your catalog. Shoppers can purchase without leaving the experience. This is the most seamless format, discovery and purchase in a single interaction. All 3 formats are available across Feed, Stories, and Reels. For peak, I recommend testing all 3 with your top-performing creators to identify which drives the strongest conversion for your specific products and audience. Here's the full vision, combining storytelling, personalization, and performance automatically. For peak season campaigns, you bring the vision, in this case, creator content that tells your brand story in an authentic, engaging way. Reels from your peak creator campaign, unboxing videos, styling hauls, gift guides. And you choose the products, the hero products you want shoppers to discover during peak, your best sellers, new arrival, gifting collections. And the cherry on the top is enabling the show products functionality, as it uses AI to adapt the ad experience based on where the shopper is on the purchase funnel. If a shopper has high purchase intent, they've already been browsing your category, they visited your site, they're actively in market, the AI shows them creator content plus personalized product recommendations from your catalog side by side. This drives them straight to conversion. If the shopper has low intent, they're early in their journey, they're just discovering your brand, then the AI shows them only the creator content, no products just yet, only the emotional storytelling that builds awareness and consideration. This is critical for seasonalities. This adaptive approach means you don't waste product-focused impressions on people who aren't ready to buy, and you don't miss conversion opportunities with people who are ready. The AI makes the decision in real time for every single impression at scale. With this combination, you solve the brand versus performance debate in only one ad format. To wrap up, let me share some of the key steps you can take immediately to activate creator marketing for your peak season. First, use existing creator images and videos to start testing the combination with catalog ads right away. You don't need to wait for new productions. If you have any existing creator partnerships, boosted posts, organic collaborations, influencer content, you can turn these into partnership ads today and start seeing the performance uplift. Second, get account-level permissions from creators. This is a technical setup that enables partnership ads with catalog. Creators grant permission through their professional dashboard. Do this now so it's not a blocker when your peak campaigns go live. Third, mix business as usual creatives with creator creatives in the same campaign. This is how you get the creative diversification benefit we showed in session 2. AI optimizes between your brand creative and creator content for each user. Fourth, enable Advantage Plus Creative so the system can automatically determine the best format, placement, and creative for each impression. Fifth, test all available formats before peak: collection, carousel with intro card, and show products. Each may perform differently for your category and products. And the most important timeline note for everyone watching is start briefing creators now. Authentic content takes time. Plan for 4 to 6 weeks between briefing and final approved assets. If peak starts in October, November, your creator briefs should be going out by August, September at the latest. Now, you're all set to leverage the power of creators to drive performance. And to recap the 3 peak season sessions, remember to win hearts with reels and cultural relevance, boost carts with AI automation and product data, and bring it all together with creators, the authentic voice that makes AI-powered performance feel personal. Thank you, and happy peak season.
I'm now instructing clients to go beyond thinking 50 conversions a week, think 200 or 300 if you can.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our chat around Peak 2026 and how to make it the most successful peak possible. Anthony, I'm so glad that you're here with me today to talk about Peak 2026.
Ruben, would I be anywhere else? 10 minutes nerding out about peak with you. Can't get better. Let's go.
Let's see what we can teach everyone today. And we should really explain why we are here speaking to everyone. So I'm Ruben, Client Solutions Manager. I've been working at Meta for about 6 years now within the retail and e-com team. And prior to my time here at Meta, I was working at agency for about 8 years, again, working with retail and e-com clients. So I've seen my fair share of peaks. How about you, Anthony?
I've seen a peak or two. You could say that. But I've been at Meta 4.5 years now. Started in Australia, worked in the retail vertical, about 3 years there. I've been in the UK for 18 months working on UK, EMEA, and some global clients. So I've seen my peaks. I love peak. It's like bringing everything together for a year. And so really excited for today.
I love it. Now, before we get into some of the, what I would call slightly more exciting tactics, I'd like to start with the fundamentals, Anthony. What are the key things that people should be considering before we get into retrospectives of 2025?
I mean, when we talk about fundamentals, Rubes, signals gets all the fanfare. There's a bunch of creative, maybe you'll touch on that. But there's one that I think we've stopped talking about as much because people see it as a bit of a given, but I want to put it back on the table. And I'm talking about account simplification. Less is more. And what I mean by that is less campaigns, less ad sets means more, better performance, right? And so when I moved to the UK, I would tell clients, have a crude check of your account. Is each ad set getting 50 conversions? If so, you're in a good position to avoid the learning phase. That was the measure of success. I've learned from the best advertisers here, Rubes, that you should go beyond that. And you should go beyond that because our performance engine is a machine, it learns off, it's machine learning, right? Machine learning works off data. The more data you have, the better performance. So I'm now instructing clients to go beyond thinking 50 conversions a week, think 200 or 300 if you can. So for a retail e-commerce advertiser, most of them can achieve that. So if that's possible in your wheelhouse, do that. And the way to do that is by shrinking the amount of ad sets you have. So think about what's the role of each ad set. If it's the same, consolidate it.
Amazing. Now, can you think of any good reason why you might have multiple campaigns, even though it's part of the same overall peak campaign? So let's give people a get out of jail free card, if you will, and have multiple campaigns.
Yeah, one reason, some very big catalog advertisers might want a separate ad set and campaign for non-catalog campaigns. Another reason might be for reasons beyond efficiency and ROAS and CPA. So if you're trying to think about other business goals like acquiring new customers, lifetime value of a customer set, so goals that are beyond driving efficiency, maybe you want to separate that out and use a separate ad set for that. But in general, if your goal is the same about driving efficiency, consolidate down into as little as possible.
I really love that first one. And as always, you have to test and find out for yourself because all of our guidance is general best practice, but learning for yourself is how you really make sure your account drives the strongest performance possible. Now, actually, I have a very similar I think, fundamental, which is linked to account simplification based on this whole idea around creative diversification. You mentioned signal there, and I think one of the key signals that we're seeing this year is how the auction is determining what is truly a highly differentiated ad versus what is not. And I think I work with a lot of businesses who believe I've changed the position of my logo, or I've changed the copy or the headline of my ad, and that's enough to be differentiated. But truly, if we want to reach new audiences, and from reaching those new audiences drive even more incremental purchases, we need to think about different styles, whether it's lo-fi versus highly polished, whether it's reels first versus using what you might have as part of your catalog of assets that you use across CRM and other forums and other areas. It's thinking about motivators and barriers that people might have to actually buying your brand. All of these things combined should truly allow us to make diversified assets and not just slight tweaks and iterations. And it's through those highly diversified assets, whether it's video, image, carousel, that we should drive stronger performance. And if you're in doubt, as of this year, we've also released a creative testing tool that allows you to test up to 5 ads at the same time by basically forcing spend into those ads and into that creative test within your core campaign. So allowing you to deliver BAU performance whilst getting enough learnings on those new ads to help you build out those creative diversification learnings ahead of peak.
Hot off the press, new product feature, creative testing, check it out. Thanks for the tip, Rubes. Now, Rubes, if we're going to look forward to 2026, we need to start by looking back at 2025. How do you work with clients on reviewing last year's performance to ensure a better plan this year?
So it always starts off by just having that daily breakdown of all of the key metrics that matters to them. So obviously identifying what their number one business goal is, and then trying to plot out spend, CPMs, conversion rates, average order values over the course of the entirety of peak. Then from there, try to map that against what would be the kind of the key sales period. So it could be Black Friday, it could be Cyber Monday. They might have their own specific internal sales period that the business uses on a continuous basis. And from there, we're trying to find out, are there any missed opportunities? So have we seen times where spend has gone down, but our CPA has actually gone down dramatically whilst our conversion rate's gone up dramatically? That could suggest that actually there's a high demand period that we've missed out on. So it makes us think about budget flighting in a slightly different way. Think more demand first and less about just taking in conventions that the business just may use. And I think that analysis will truly help understand if there are pockets of efficiency that could unlock additional sales on a year-on-year basis. So that's my starting point usually.
I love that. Demand first is a great tip. And I think if you laid out every day, as you suggested, there's no client who won't find pockets of efficiency in different periods. For me, last year, I found Fake Friday, and even the day before Fake Friday was a real period of growth in intent year on year. And so really good exercise for all clients to map out their own data and find those pockets of efficiency.
Fake Friday, I love it. And you know what? Whilst we're here, let's think about businesses that are, looking at brick and mortar as well as e-com. I think if we think about how advertisers are spending, you might find that there is greater opportunity after an online delivery cutoff has passed. So you can usually figure out when that is based on what those CPMs and conversion rates and CPAs will be. And again, if you have a brick and mortar store and you're driving people into store, that could be a great opportunity for you to increase your spend and encourage those omni-channel buyers who aren't just reliant on those delivery dates before peak closes off.
Absolutely. And with the new omni-channel bidding, extra opportunity for brick and mortar retailers to use both. Now we've got the plan, Rubes. We've found our pockets of efficiencies. We've done our laydown for how we're going to invest this year. How do you most effectively scale up in that key period of Cyber 5? How do you increase your budget in a really efficient way?
Is that a trick question?
No. Let's go with no.
Fair. Now, a very advanced tactic that I've seen a lot of advertisers try to test out is specifically if you already have a specific ROAS that you're trying to hit. So if you know that you need to have your BAU campaign hitting a ROAS of 6, 10, 25, it depends on obviously what it is based on your business, you're telling the auction to only focus on those purchases where we think the average ROAS will hit within that specific goal. However, again, what you might find in those high demand periods is that you're missing out on conversions because of the limits that you've set. Now, one advanced tactic would be to look at your overall goal ROAS, reduce that by about 25%, 20%, and have a separate campaign. So going against your account simplification recommendation slightly for the cause of peak efficiency and delivery, make a second campaign with a lower ROAS goal. And then from there, try to find those pockets of efficiency and those additional conversions that your main campaign would not have achieved.
I love it. There's a real disruptors mindset in that tactic there. I've seen it work with some advertisers as well. And one other piece of investment strategy I've seen work really well for advertisers, tell me if you agree, is the budget scheduling tool. So in the lead up to cyber period, or the periods where we really ramp up spend because it's most intense, the budget scheduling tool allows you to tell the system, I want to invest more between this hour and this hour. And it basically gives the system a warning and reduces your time in learning phase. So it's a budget set on top of your daily budget that's pre-planned, and it helps smooth delivery and reduce time in learning phase. And I've seen that be a game changer for clients in peak.
I couldn't agree more. And I think there's definitely this whole concept of trying to maximize what is the total day. And by using something like budget scheduling, you can make sure that the system and the pacing metronome is taking that into account from the first minute of that day, as opposed to those changes in the middle of the day where you have to reset all of that learning and the budget pacing. So definitely try to plan ahead, and budget scheduling is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. Now, Rubes, we think about the auction, and it's increasingly important to understand the auction dynamics in peak, right? And so what was a really big learning for me over the last year, 2 years, but last year in particular, I thought it was really important to understand how multiple formats work together. So what happens every peak, as you know, there's more competition, which raises our CPM, right? That's natural, but conversion rate goes up even more, which is is how our clients are able to be really profitable in Q4, right? When you look at your formats, I challenge everyone listening to look at their own data and analyze the CPM by format. And what I think most of you will find is that video has lower CPM and cost per reach. So there's an opportunity to reach significantly more people and drive more sales by using more video. And if you nail that diversity point that you spoke about up front, you'll get to reach a lot more people. The conversion rate will be similar across formats, but your reach will be stronger with video. So nailing diversity of video is the secret weapon for peak this year. I'm convinced. I saw it work really, really well for clients last year.
I couldn't agree more. And I think we are hopefully making additional tools that will help advertisers be able to diversify how they can use video across their different ad types. And I think one that I'm really seeing accelerate in terms of performance this year is catalog product video. So the ability to have video within your catalog ad on certain placements. And again, on those placements where it's more natural.
Yeah.
I think when I think about video and when I think about the recommendations on how to use video alongside other formats, think about where and how people are actually behaving within the individual surfaces themselves. You know, personal anecdote, I'm on Instagram Reels maybe too often. Me and my partner are looking at it every single night whilst we're watching TV or just watching comedy on our individual Reels. And if I'm going through Reels and I go from a video to a static, for example, with no sound, it's jarring. And I can tell it's an ad and I skip quite quickly. That isn't to say that images don't have a place in your plan, but just think about the surface where people are spending most of their time and how you can optimize your creative for those services.
I think it's really spot on. You think about the amount of advertisers who are going to show up with an up to 50% off or whatever their offer is and how similar they can look. And so if we're trying to cut through that sea of sameness, video creators, CPV is really, really important in peak. So Rubes, when we come to, we've spoken about format. If we think about how to reach new audiences, and get that offer message over and above our regular conversion campaigns, I've found reach buys, expanded reach buys. Some people might know it as a meta moment maker, but expanded reach buys reaching at least 50% of our target audience is a great way to ensure that you're filling the funnel and have enough prospects, new prospects, who are going to put your products in their cart. So a bit of a tip from me is that in the lead up to Cyber 5 or at the start of that period, go with a bigger reach buy than normal, build that audience over and above, and build that funnel so that you have success in conversion.
I mean, you can only convert who you reach at the end of the day. So I think that's a tactic that I've also seen work really well. And I think it's really important to understand that even if you target the exact same audience across an awareness campaign, a traffic campaign optimized towards landing page views, and a conversion campaign, we're fundamentally targeting different cohorts of that audience based on the expected behavior. So the diversification of objectives is a great way to make sure you're reaching new customers and, to your point, bringing them down the funnel and hopefully drive stronger performance year on year.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the time today. I hope your clients do well in peak this year. I'm psyched. I hope you're feeling ready. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Here is to a great peak 2026. And thank you, everyone, for joining us on this webinar and our chat around how to make peak 2026 the most impactful peak it can be.